Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you a sinner?
Yes.
Does it feel good to say that?
Yeah.
Yes. But the fact is, the answer in truth is
No.
no. Is your proxy a sinner? Yes. Yes. Is everybody's proxy, almost everybody's proxy, a sinner?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. So being truly normal is being truly human. Truly human. And if we are made in God's image, then we should act it. Stop thinking that God is such a selfish being. Because if we are made in God's image and we are selfish, then we believe God is too. To act as God does, we have to surrender to God. God is the most surrendered being. He is pure subject and puts up with our pretense. To be human, then, is to be surrendered to God and love. God's only purpose is love. Is that yours? Is that yours? What is your motivation? Do you not understand why we have four squares? Why do we do four squares? They are designed to uncover the truth. Internally, we always call what we do as good. How many people have ever done anything bad internally? Internally, do you ever say, if you're really sitting there listening, did you do anything bad? We don't ever do anything bad from our side of the story. Right? And there is only one side of the story, correct? Our side of the story. So even in our wretchedness and low self-esteem, we are goodness and piety. So when we're banging on ourselves and saying, oh, I did a terrible thing, internally, we're saying, wow, you are really pious. You are really good. Wow, 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 wow. We never allow ourselves to call it what it actually is, which is the negative in the four square. I'm meticulous. I am not anal. I am very, very easygoing. I am not lazy. Never going to accept that because we're all so good in there. Remember, we're made in God's image, which is goodness. So we project the negative onto others and keep the pure for ourselves. Now, how come we're made in God's images? What about them? What about the ones that we project onto? Are they not made in God's image? They're aliens. They came from Lord. But then everything is God, so they're also made in God's image. Martians are made in God's image. If we're all made in God's image, why then are we throwing out that negative onto others? They're negative personified, and we're goodness personified. Really? You are so pure? We are so pure? We are all dirty. We're all dirty. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Just a fact. This is a cup. You said that. That's so horrible. We're all dirty. You said that. That's so horrible. No. It's not horrible. Not at all. We can't get rid of what we fight. Can't get rid of it. So if we accept that we are dirty, and we will finally begin to be in God's image. So accept that we are dirty, and we will finally begin to be in God's image. We will finally begin to head in the right direction of pure. Resist your dirtiness, and you will remain dirty, always, no matter how many mantras and prayers you recite. The small self, who we think we are, is a mess. How many people's lives is just so spectacular? Perfect, spectacular small self life. Really? The small self who we think we are is a mess. And thank God it is not who we are. We are supposed to learn what the small self is. It's both good and bad. And then be who we really are, the witness of that good and bad. Who we truly are is love. Goodness in the best sense of the word. I do not want to be good or pious or lady that fits into anyone else's foursquare, because then I am an idea that ultimately is selfish and not me at all. So I am that. Not I am a good person. Not I am a lady, gentleman, fearful, courageous, unholy. Sadhana is learning the ins and outs of the worldly playing field and learning that the joke, that is not us. We have proxies playing on that field, and we actually live in the playing field of the heart. All of us do. There is no one, no matter how evil and how much evil they do, that does not actually live in the playing field of the heart. We have forgotten this and worked so hard to play on the world playing field. We forget who we are and gradually become more and more miserable and away from the truth of our identity. Then we are so far from being human because we are so far from being God's image. At that point, God and the form of other humans rise up against us and free us in battle to again return to ourselves. When we have so forgotten ourselves, our inner voice of righteousness is in fact the voice that is the most destructive to us. I'm going to read that again. When we have so forgotten ourselves, our inner voice of righteousness is in fact the voice that is the most destructive to us. But we listen to it and become more and more twisted. Wake up. Wake up from the dream that is really a nightmare. Wake up. Wake up from your righteousness and become human. Wake up from the dichotomy of good and bad. Stop projecting onto others. Wake up and love yourself and others. The only way to do that is to give up your wrong identity with the character on the worldly playing field. Return to who you really are. The most human you can be is to be again you. And know then you are made in God's image.